Oh yeah, welcome to How Can She Snap? This is the Marvel Snap podcast dedicated to the filthiest of casuals. I'm the kid, one half of the Super Snap Bros, here with my brother from the same mother, Mr.
No big deal.
No big deals here, baby. We got a very special guest, not really the filthiest of casuals. This guy has been all over Twitter, if you've seen him, with the cannonball love. It's unreal. It's an unreal card. This guy's hit infinite every single season. He's got every card back in the game. Please welcome NewMutant Snap, unreal Twitter follow, Marcus. How the heck are you, man? Tell the people where they can find you, bro.
At NewMutant Snap. Yeah, I appreciate you guys having me. I love talking about the game, so I think we'll have some fun here.
Hell yeah, man! We're excited to see it.
Yeah,
and dude, I love all your
and cannonball always.
Yeah, I love your cannonball posts. You're always posting screenshots of cannonball owning, and you're on this card like right away, and like it was unbelievable. I love it. You're actually one of the reasons why I got the card too. You and No Big Deal, or no, I got it before No Big Deal, but you know, I saw a lot of people having fun. You were most of them, and I was like, man, this card looks sick, so I'm picking it up. But
yeah, that was my goal, was to inspire, because Sam needs some love, and he wasn't getting it.
No.
So
yeah, so he's good.
But thank you.
No, man,
absolutely, he's great.
Yeah, dude. Thanks for coming on, man. So we got a nice episode for you boys and girls today. We're gonna go over Sage new card releasing today. We all had a bunch of schedule shit, so we're recording on Tuesday. So this card came out a couple hours ago, so our opinions are, a little unpolished. But we'll talk about Sage a little bit, the state of the meta. We're gonna go over the actual OTAs that actually came out last week, and then if we have enough time, we'll get into some leagues, talk about series drops, maybe talk about some alliances, and that's about it. Let's get it. TheKiD, no big deal. NewMutant Snap. How the heck are you guys today?
How you doing, Marcus? How you doing, buddy?
I'm wonderful. Thank you guys for having me again.
Oh.
Yeah, and I hope you guys are doing well too. It's been a long time coming, huh? We've been trying to get this going for a while now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know. Like we're all in different time zones, so it's pretty weird. But I mean, hey, we're here. We made it work. We're happy to have you.
All over the place. Yeah, Canada, right?
Yeah. Yeah, no big deals in Canada, Eastern time zone. I'm on the Western United States Pacific. You're in Central, right?
Yes, I am. Yeah, Central Chicago.
Yeah.
So,
and hey, appreciate the sunglasses, adhering to the dress code. When our guests have glasses on, we love it. So it's awesome.
yeah. I had to do it. So I was excited. So
yeah, it's awesome. So, dude, let's talk about the meta right now. What do you think about it so far? Like last week, we had a big OTA drop. Some pretty significant changes, which we'll talk about later. But what do you think so far this week in Snap? How you been holding up there?
Leech. Leech.
Yeah, Leech is a card, definitely.
Yeah, no, there's just been so much Leech, so I've been trying to stay away from the on reveal stuff, right? Even though I want to really play with Sage, right? So it's been kind of hard, try to fit her in some Silver Surfer, but Leech is a card, right? So it's been not great. So but fun. I've been doing ongoing with the Claw, right?
Yeah.
Because that was a great boost that card got. So, but what about you guys?
I just a few days ago, I finally finished my Infinite Climb. I used the deck, no big deal. Gave a spice to the people last week, just a tribunal deck, because those decks farm bots, but I don't know why. I found it so fucking hilarious. He just put Ant-Man in the deck, and I don't know why.
He's ongoing.
Yeah, I know. No, but
people forget about Paul Rudd.
I don't know why I found it so funny, but it was just hilarious to me. I mean, we can go over the deck later, but that deck actually was farming people as well. And when No Big Deal was sending me screenshots of like Ant-Man with 26 power, like I was like, all right, I gotta play this deck. It's hilarious. So, and that deck had Blink as well. Blink is a ton of fun. Blink's a pretty good card, man. It's getting cucked a little bit now with all the Leech going around, but when they don't have Leech, I think it's a solid card. It's a ton of fun. It's a great season pass card so far. So Nocturne, I've played a little bit. Again, not too much, just a little bit in some Angela shells here and there. I think Nocturne's a decent card. I'm not like overly impressed with her, but she's pretty good in the shells that she's in, and she does steal games once in a while. It's my personal opinion, but it's not like a card that's like that I love personally, but I can see the merit for a card like that. Moving 5 power is pretty good a lot of the time, and even if you play with like an Elsa shell, like 7 power is pretty sick. Yeah, I don't know, no big deal. What do you think, bro?
Well, I'm a little sad about the meta. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, everything Marcus said, I agree with 100%. Leech is the main thing, and the main reason why I'm a little bit sad. I don't think the meta's bad right now. I think it's a fine meta. There's still a lot of stuff you can play, but I do want to pour one out. I want to pour one out. There we go. I actually poured it for a little bit. I think that the day that they nuked Thanos, like they really just nuked him and they made him into freaking Quicksilver, and they made the Time Stone like do nothing basically. Like from that point until where they added Leech into the game, that's my favorite meta of all time. I've thought about it. I thought about this in the shower this morning, and I thought about this. This is my shower thought. I love the Silky Smooth meta of last year. It was around June, July, something like that. Right around when Silk came out, actually. And that was a phenomenal meta. But the beautiful thing that we had after the Thanos nuke was you could play Silky Smooth, but you could play the Angela Kitty with the Loki. You could play Junkless, okay? You could play Destroy to counter the junk stuff. You could play Combo to go over the top of the Angela Kitty stuff. You could play Darkhawk Bounce. You could play all kinds of stuff. And like, Pixie, Mobius, Lady Deathstrike, whatever, like Spiralist, right? There was legitimately, Hella, Cerebro, Cerebro 2 was a deck. Like it was
Professor X, Cannonball, those things.
Yeah. I brought up Junk, of course. Yeah, Cannonball and Nihilus was everywhere, but it was like, using Prop X and these cards to put in different packages. And it was, 10 to 15 legitimate decks you could play at any level. And I thought it was just a beautiful thing. And I don't think I ever played as much Marvel Snap as I did in that like month time span there of the last month. I'm happy I did, but I just don't feel as good playing the game right now. I feel like we got this Leech bullshit that half the cards in the game are fucking on reveal. So now there's Leech at 4. So that's great. So then it's like, okay, well, I want to play like this ongoing stuff. And I love it. Don't get me wrong. I've been pushing this stuff on this pod for a while now. These crazy ongoing decks, but Loki does kind of farm you. So then it's like, all right, do I play like some Pixie Mobius version of the ongoing stuff? And it's like, all right, do I just play Cam Best like Ultron deck? And that's just really boring to me. And then what if my Ultron even gets hit by Leech? And there's that too, right? And it's just like, I'm not the biggest fan of the Leech change. And I think if any other changes, if they just took that one out, we'd probably still have a pretty sick meta. But unfortunately, the freaking Leech change, I don't know why they don't just nerf Hella. Just nerf Hella. I've been saying it for months. Just freaking nerf the Hellas. Don't beat around the bush. So I'm a little disappointed. I haven't tried Sage yet. I just got home from work, ate and stuff, and got hopped on here. But yeah, so that's where I'm at. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I agree. It was a great meta for me. I don't know, Marcus, what do you think? You're usually like near the top of the leaderboards, or you're higher up than us anyway. Like, what is it like up there? Is it more Loki? I'm assuming, but has the meta been good for you the last month? Do you agree with that?
Yeah, no, yeah, a lot of Loki, right? I think some of you might be higher than me at this point. I've kind of taken a step back, so
I'm at 2.8K right now. It's probably not that high.
2.8.
I haven't played that much.
Yeah, I'm at like 2.9. I don't neither am I.
Yeah, actually,
Whatever.
we're like right at it.
Yeah.
Right, we're right by each other. We're right by each other.
Yeah.
So we're dealing with the same stuff. But yeah, no, Leech. I agree with the Hella thing. It's like why you made it. It could still affect. Leech could still affect Hella at 5, right? Mm-hmm. So I don't I don't get why you needed to change it to 4 to affect a lot more at that point. Like, I mean, if you don't get your Loki off on 4, it's pointless. It's with Leech. It's kind of pointless. It's killed so much, and it's killed my favorite card, which is Cannonball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what really much to say on it besides Leech has just been horrible for the meta, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's
So,
just pushing people more towards ongoing. And then I've said this before, like months ago, is that like the meta really degenerates. Like once you start seeing Super Scroll, Kier Nimbus shout out, baby. But once you start seeing Super Scroll in the meta, I feel it's like a very degenerate meta, in my opinion, when Super Scroll actually comes out. And I've been seeing some Super Scroll, man. Super Scroll has been stealing games because
decent card right
everyone,
now. Yeah,
yeah, because like everyone's playing ongoing because everyone's afraid of Leech because
mhm.
everyone's playing Leech, and it's like we got to be putting Super Scroll in our decks. Like, what are we doing? No disrespect to your Nimbus,
Yeah,
like, but what are we doing, bro? I don't know. But
yeah,
Leech,
yeah.
Leech into Blink, right? I've been seeing that play a lot, which is fantastic.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I don't know.
yeah, I don't know. I guess I get.
I'm kind of tired. I'm kind of tired of it. I think we'll see a change fairly soon. I don't think if people are going to enjoy it very much. So, but also you never know, right? With the second dinner. So
Yeah, we'll see what they say with their metrics and stuff. Have you played with Sage at all? Because I haven't.
I have.
Yeah, how is it?
I have.
How do you like her?
I got her up to like 60 in a game.
That's great.
Yeah. So yeah, I tweeted it. It was wild. Actually, I had some RNG luck with it, obviously, with Odin going, into the same lane twice. But yeah, no. I think she's gonna be good. I think once we get away from the leech meta, I think she's gonna fit right into the surfer decks real well, and and a lot of other homes, right? But I don't know. I don't think she's a must buy if I that if I'm being honest. But I think she's gonna have a nice home in surfer. So have you guys played with her at all?
No.
No,
I know you said you haven't, but both of you
no.
haven't.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
was running around all morning and doing shit. And
Okay.
I literally just got back home, maybe
Yeah,
I don't
same.
know, 20 minutes before we started this, and I watched like 10 minutes of Dara playing Sage. And look, he looked like a pretty.
Yeah.
That's basically it before I was getting on this thing. But
Yeah. Yeah.
she looks pretty decent. Like
I.
maybe you
I.
get her a 3.8, 3.6, a little higher even a lot of times. Like seems to be in that range. Seems all right.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right. Yeah. Absolutely. But I think there's better cards, especially with the tokens. How much tokens are hard to come by in this game. I think people could skip her if I'm being honest. So
Yeah.
go buy Cannonball, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, absolutely. I don't. I did have to go back for Cannonball because of how much fun you guys were having, and I do not regret that 6K. That was a 6K well spent. I don't even care if the Leech is out here now. I had so much fun with Cannonball. Oh, for the
Right?
last
Yeah.
month.
No.
I mean, oh
I
my
love.
God.
I love to hear it.
Yeah.
I love to hear
Yeah, I
it.
didn't get
So
Cannonball at first, and then I got him, and then like I paid the 6K like a week later, or like a couple days after he left Spotlights. I'm like, screw it, this card looks sick, and I didn't regret it. And I told No Big Deal, I'm like, bro, this card is good, and it's worth 6K just because of how
So
fun it
fun.
is, man.
So
I'm like,
much
even
fun.
if it ends up being shit, or if you end up like, which it's not, but like, even if it ended up being bad, it's so much fun, man. It's like worth the 6K just in fun.
Mhm.
But yeah, with Leech is a little bit different, but I don't know. Well, speaking about Leech, why don't we just go over the OTAs then? Why don't we quickly go over the OTAs of last week?
Well,
Let
I will
me.
say real quick, it just as
Yeah.
a footnote to the Sage discussion. I'm not a variant guy. All right, I've said that. I've purchased literally 2 variants total in all of Marvel Snap. If you're close to collection complete and you got a few spotlight keys, I mean, 2 of the best variants in the game are in the spotlight cache this week, and it's if you didn't know, if you're thinking, oh, I was gonna skip Sage anyway, so you didn't check the variants, you're like me, you don't give a shit about, you don't check the variants. My God, this Legion variant and this Living Tribunal variant are absolutely gorgeous. I love the artwork on both of them. The colors are amazing. So I gotta just throw that out there. Anyone who likes the artwork stuff, like, yeah, my God.
Ink pulp, right? I
Yeah.
Yeah,
believe that's
Ink
what.
Pulp and
Yeah.
Flaviano. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Absolutely beautiful. I was lucky enough. I opened Tribunal on one,
Oh,
and
nice.
then Sage on two.
Mhm,
So I was done after that, and I was very happy.
mhm.
But yeah, I absolutely agree. If you do love variants, they are really 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 good this week.
Yeah, I
So
love them once in a while, but like for months I've been saying like, all right, I'm just saving 4 keys for this week because I love all of these. It's like I didn't even, honestly, before like it even started. I'm like I didn't even want Sage. I'm like I just want those variants, and Sage is like a consolation prize. But yeah, I rolled and got them. They're phenomenal.
And I will say it's a little bit of a borderline roll week because I think Nocturne, Sage, and Nomura are all realistically skippable. Like, we don't, Nomura's
100%.
not out yet, so we don't know. But just looking at it and thinking about how good the card might be, it's probably going to be a very difficult condition to meet. Especially with freaking Leech. Now there's a five cost on reveal. So I'd rather just play Cannonball, right? So or an Annihilus or something. But anyway,
Yeah, absolutely.
So I mean, if you're going to be banking a bunch of resources anyway, Sage is, probably, I mean, I don't know, Marcus, you know better than me, but it's probably like at least a quote unquote good card, right? Like, 3/6, 3/8, like I would call that a good card, right? Like well statted 3-drop. So I don't know, but you want to play it late,
Absolutely,
right?
absolutely. I would, absolutely want to play it later, right? I would absolutely consider it a good card, right? But I'm just talking for the people who I see so many people on Twitter and they don't have the resources they have one key,
Oh yeah,
or one spotlight key,
Save
and
it,
I'm like, don't do it.
This is
Like
not the week.
it's not.
yeah. If you got one
Yeah,
piece, save it for June.
unless you want the variants
Yeah.
as well, maybe it is weak, right?
Yeah.
But I hate giving it. I hate giving like as my vice is concrete because everybody runs differently, right? So I don't know. I do think it is a good card. I don't think it's going to be a bad card. I think it's going to get better with time, and I think it maybe falls in line like with Red Guardian. Like people weren't so sure on that. They were like, oh, it's going to be a good tech card, but it keeps getting better and better and better. I do think Sage will get better, especially when we get out of the Leech era.
Yeah.
So that's a good point. I guess if you're under 7 keys and you're under 12K tokens, probably good. Just wait till June. Honestly, buy just wait to buy Sasquatch. Use them on Sasquatch.
100%.
And
yes,
save them for June. Yeah. So to your point, so that's a good point to make. But yeah,
that's where I unfortunately I have the resources, right? So I'm going to get every new card every week, no matter what. So if I didn't, I would do exactly what you said. I would get Sasquatch and I would wait till June. So, but at the same time, I do think she is a good card. So
okay,
yeah, fair.
No, that's good. That's a good point. Yeah, so it's good to talk about anyway. People are probably debating, right? So
yeah. Well, let's go over the OTAs quickly from this week, or last week, I should say, a few days ago. Lady Deathstrike. So they were exactly like they were leaked. So nothing changed. Lady Deathstrike 5'7" to 5'6". Again, I don't get this one. I guess she was a lot better. I guess I was sleeping on her. I'm not going to argue with second dinner stats. They don't nerf cards for no reason. Usually it takes a lot for them to nerf cards, quite honestly. So for this to do this good, I mean, I had no clue that it was even better than Annihilus in the Annihilus decks, which I guess it kind of makes sense because you have to really play for priority. If you have Annihilus, you want to drop Prio so that you can be the last one to Annihilus in the mirror matches. This kind of just helps you and hedges you, and you can just destroy the voids and then not even worry about it. I guess. I don't know. This was a head scratcher for me, but I know I can't be too mad about it. So I don't know. I don't have that much of an opinion.
What do you think, Marcus?
No, I'm definitely not mad about it. But it was a head scratcher for me because I personally I didn't see her a lot, and she did. I was playing Surfer for a while, and she did ruin my life a couple times because of killing broods, and before I was able to get there on 7 or on 6, but yeah, I mean she was wiping out whole lanes against my Surfer deck, so she is strong. However, am I echo? I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
You sound good.
No, okay. Yeah, I didn't think she needed a point change already. I think there's other cards that we've been waiting on forever that they should have touched before Lady Deathstrike, if I'm being honest. So, but I do like the Ultron change. I do like that one. So I know we haven't got there yet, but I love Ultron. So
yeah, we'll get there.
Well, I will say on Lady Deathstrike and Darkhawk both. I mean, we kind of live reacted to the leaks last week, and we didn't know if they were for sure. So I didn't really, I didn't really have a week to play through with them either. I did know about the stats because when we did our OTA wish list podcast a couple weeks ago, kid, I pay to win. I bought Untapped.gg like 2 days before that, and I was in the weeds. I was grinding. I was making spreadsheets. I was looking at all the stats. And Lady Deathstrike and Darkhawk, I told you Darkhawk was a top 3 card, and Rockslide was as well. Rockslide and Darkhawk both. But if I'm balancing the game, I don't like this approach at all. I think balance should, and I said this multiple times, I mean, it's like my 3rd time on this pod saying it, should include play rate, should be like a massive, massive part of it. So if a card has a 70% win rate, say Spider-Man 2099 has a 70% win rate, but 1.8% of people are playing it, I don't give a shit. I don't care. Don't nerf him. What are we doing? Like, so it's the same thing with Darkhawk. Darkhawk was like, 56% win rate or something, but he was like 2.8% play. So it's basically like Gnome and people who watch Gnome stream were playing Darkhawk and crushing, because Gnome's a really good player. He's one of the best players out there. So yeah, man. I mean, the guys, they're like, these are people who are good at Marvel Snap playing, and then it's like, that's it. And so why are we nerfing a 2.8% play rate card? And same with LDS was mostly just, a lot of people weren't even playing her in Destroy. It was mostly just the Spyro Pixie list, which was a phenomenal list overall. And but also, had cards like Annihilus Sentry and, who have been good forever since Annihilus came out. And it's like, so we have like a 6% play rate Lady Deathstrike, 2.8% play rate Darkhawk. And they're still like under 60% win rates, and we're nerfing them when you have like, at that time we had like a, 40% Red Hulk, you got 40% Jeff, you got 40% Shang-Chi, all these cards, Hope Summers, like 25% play rate. It doesn't need to be a 3-4. You could easily move her to a 3-3. That's the easiest nerf of all time, and nobody would give a shit that plays Hope Summers. And so there's a lot of cards you can nerf that are problem cards that everybody's playing. And so I don't love the idea of let's touch up the niche cards that some people figured out were good, like smart players who are brewing decks. Like, we're punishing people for brewing, and so yeah, I don't love that.
I mean, that's fair points, right? Like, that, all that being said, I don't think, to be honest, I think this usually when they do these little bullshit like 1-point nerfs, like Darkhawk, let's be real, is going from a 514 to a 513. Mm-hmm. Not that, like, on average, not that huge of a difference. Mm-hmm. If anything, I've seen more Darkhawk after this nerf than I have before, because people are like, oh, this was the highest win rate card in the game, often the highest on many weeks, right? In their little blurb here. And it's like, all right, this is a great card. People are like, shit, we should start playing this card. Like, 1 power, who gives a shit? It's not that big. So I've literally seen more Darkhawk in the last week than I've seen like the last 2 months. Mm-hmm. I think because of this nerf. And usually when they nerf, they want the play rate to go down. But I feel like this did the opposite. People were like, shit, Darkhawk's good. We should be playing it. So I don't know.
It absolutely did. Yeah, I hadn't seen Darkhawk in a very long time until the OTA. So. We both kind of we've all touched on the same thing. Like, we just really don't get why they're touching cards that don't have high play rates. Mm-hmm. So,
yeah, it doesn't seem necessary. It's like that
not at all.
Will sort itself out. If it ever pops up, then you could nerf it down. But it's like nobody's playing this shit. What are we doing?
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, the Darkhawk was a big head scratcher for me. Like, there's always got to be a high win rate card. Like, I don't know. I feel like it wasn't oppressive. Like, fuck it, whatever. It is what it is. They took off 1 power. I don't think it's going to make that big of a difference. I've seen more.
Yeah, we're wasting time. Both these changes are a total waste of time, in my opinion.
What's a card you would have changed besides the Darkhawk or
Shang-Chi, Hope Summers, Annihilus, Mockingbird? I would have touched all 4 of those, and I had Red Hulk, but they did touch Red Hulk. But yeah, those are and Jeff, actually, honestly, but. Those 4, 5, 6 cards I would touch before these 2.
I agree.
But instead of it's hard to even look at these now. Like, card like Annihilus, I mean, Leech is now 4/2. So like, I just would not have done this Leech change. Like, I would have touched Annihilus and Hela, nerf Annihilus and Hela instead of putting Leech instead of buffing Leech. I mean, that just seems like a psychotic way of dealing with the Hela and Annihilus problem.
100%, 100%.
Yeah, I wouldn't have minded seeing Hope Summers a 3/3. I think that would have been fine. But yeah, I don't know. Whatever. If we're doing like the 1 point bullshit.
Mhm. Yeah.
Exactly.
The Leech change. I mean, we've talked about it a lot. Leech 5/3 to a 4/2. The Leech meta's here. We said that it was going to come. It's here. A lot of ongoing stuff now. A lot of honor reels just get screwed at a 4/2, and then you could blink this away if you don't get leeched yourself. If two people aren't playing leech on turn 4, then everyone's screwed. It's just such a card that just takes away fun from everything. It sucks. I don't know. I hate it. I hate it.
It's awful. It's awful. Cannonball, obviously. I'm such a big lover of that card,
RP.
and yeah, it's not RP yet. But
Yeah,
we're getting, we're getting
I just want
there.
to say a prayer for him. I just want to say a prayer for him.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I agree. Yeah, no, it's been depressing, especially in that package that I put together with Stegron and everything. It's I cannot play it right now, and it's sad.
Yeah, and
It's sad.
Yeah, I'll reiterate the point No Big Deal was talking about last week too, which is like we were all having so much fun for the last like month or two, just like play whatever
Oh, it's
deck we
great.
want. Even said it earlier this pod, like just play whatever deck we want, and now it's just like, nope.
Yeah.
Leech says no, but
Yeah,
it's like just make Hella like a 6/2 or something, and like
Yeah.
could have made an island like a 5/4 or something, whatever. It would have been fine.
Yeah, I'm kind of a big believer that at certain points you can kind of get to infinite with almost any deck.
Yeah.
But the leech change is completely sucked the fun out of the game, in my opinion, and they need to do something about it pretty fast, in my opinion. So I guess we'll see what they do.
It's a tricky spot, and it's a tricky card design, right? Because like ongoing kind of is an archetype. I mean, there's a few ways you could build it, obviously, but like on reveal's not an archetype, right? So it's like, all right, this is the release valve, but like for what? Half the fucking game? It's half the game.
Yeah.
Phoenix Force, Hella, any Odin, anything like Blink, like Cannonball, and I like just half the game. And obviously Loki doesn't give a shit because he costs 4. So like, it's like, all right, Loki doesn't care, but every other on reveal. And if you're trying to do a combo deck to beat the Loki, now you can't do on reveal, but typically, combo decks are on reveal kind of decks, right? Like Phoenix Force, anything with Odin, whatever, right? Mr. Negative, a lot of time, you abuse a bunch of on reveals too. So it's just, I don't know, man. It's a weird thing. It's just, honestly, I think it's just bad card design. And I don't know how I would do it better. I'm not saying I would be able to figure out how to do it, but I think he was fine at a 5/3. And we could just let Cozy play him at 5/3 because Cozy loved playing him at 5/3, and let him do his thing. And I don't know, like I don't like this 4/2 shit. And this is the Blink package now, right? Leech, Jubilee, Blink, and maybe like Doctor Doom, Red Hulk, something like that. That's like now we got the Blink package. You could just put in almost any deck.
Yeah, you could still buff him at a 5, like make him a 5/4 or 5/5 or something. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with him being a good tech 5 card. Just like when you screw all the cards, it is. I will say the one, like I'll try and be a little bit positive here, even though I think this is a shit change. Don't get me wrong. At least you have 2 draws now, which is a big deal. Because before on a 5, like you only had 1 draw and your whole hand was screwed. At least now you have 2 draws, so you can draw into something, but it still sucks. It still sucks.
You could play it on 5 to counter that, if they want.
But if you're playing 2 power on 5, you're gonna lose the game probably. So
yeah, a Leech Demon on 5.
Yeah. But still,
crazy niche scenario that's never gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like it.
I was trying to play some Hitmonkey earlier, and it was, I couldn't beast, I couldn't Hitmonkey, I couldn't do anything after 4. So yeah, it's not been fun.
Sad. Yeah, I mean, Bounce was a nice archetype that had a resurgence over the last few weeks, which now just got completely like, nope.
Yeah, I didn't think of Bounce, and that's actually a really interesting point you bring up, Marcus. Like, what's going to happen when Sasquatch comes out and they're just going to get leached? This is going to be a fucking disaster release because everyone's going to pick it up. Like all content creators forever have been saying, "Yo, Sasquatch is the one." We got to get it. It's like, oh my god, Sasquatch is like the Red Hulk of this month, and Leech is just gonna poop all over.
Well, you could still Squirrel Girl on 1, Mysterio on 2, and Sasquatch and Mockingbird on 3.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the monkey. I guess the monkey stuff is kind of dead. Zal's gonna be pissed. Let's put it out.
19 power on turn 3.
Mm-hmm.
You can do.
I feel bad for Zal right now.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. Sasquatch I think will be fine. But yeah, the Hitmonkey stuff sucks. Not sucks, but like is worse. Which is too bad because it's a fun deck. But anyways, even the 5 cost leech got rid of that deck. But anyways, Psylocke.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Other
ones that just were good. They should get their power back. Psylocke and Sauron. Psylocke, these are good changes. Psylocke, got hit for Thanos' sins. Now Thanos is not like a huge meta tyrant, so still a decent deck though. But 2 power to Psylocke, good. I like that change. Sauron, yeah, sure. Sauron's not a meta tyrant anymore again as well. Give Sauron the power back. 3/3, good.
Yeah, love these changes. I mean, they're good changes. Like, give the shitty cards 1 power. Why not? You did it on the X-Men week or whatever. It was fine. You keep doing that.
Yeah. Let's go to the fun changes of the week. The Claw. This is a great change. It was a 5/4 plus 6. Now a 5/4 plus 8. Awesome change. Claw's actually good now, which is pretty sick. Marcus, what do you think about this change, dude?
I love it. I instantly put it in with the Cannonball and Professor X. So, I'm completely loving it. I think it's great. I think it needed love. 8 power is a lot of power for a 5 drop, but I don't know. 5/12 plus a spectrum. It's really powerful now, and I don't know. I think it should be played. So.
Yeah.
What about you guys? How are you feeling about it?
No big deal.
I think this is a really good card now. I mean, yeah, since they made this change, I think every deck I've played has the card Claw in it. I think it's one of the best 5 drops in the game right now. I mean, this is 12 power on 5 drops, pretty good. Like, it wasn't great when Zabu was a card in Marvel Snap because, like Call Obsidian's like a 3/10 and, Sentry's a 3/20 or whatever. And, you get 12 power out of a 5, it doesn't do shit. But we're in the post Zabu apocalypse now. The Zabu's been neutered, and so we're into the new age of like you actually have to pay 4 for a 4 cost now. So if you're paying 5 for a Claw, I mean it has a lot of application. I mean there's Lockdown. You brought up Professor X. I think it's great with Storm too. I don't even think you need to do ongoing synergy, but just having the card in your deck, it dodges Leech, which is obviously massive. One of the few 5 drops in the game that's going to dodge Leech and have a ton of impact on the game. A lot of decks are playing Onslaught right now. That's plus 16 power in a lane. Reaches all kinds of hard lanes. I mean, this is a really good one of the best cards in the game now, maybe.
Yeah, it literally could fit into anything.
Yeah.
Exactly what you were saying, in Lockdown, in Ultron, in wherever it's got to find a home in anything. So very good card, and I do like the change and
we're in the post Thanos post 6 drop meta where 5 drops have seemed to taken over the last month or so. With the Profex, Cannonball, Nihilus, everything we've been saying. There's 5 drops are basically king right now, and then this card was just horribly shit before, and now it's like probably like you said, no big deal. One of the best 5 drops in the game, just because it dodges Leech now with the new Leech change, and you're getting 5/12, which is an unreal amount of stats. 4 drops are not what they used to be without Zabu, just like you said. It's a great card, and it's like you can almost put it in any deck. It's pretty good, So
the thing about it's like it's similarly on rate with like a Doctor Doom, right? Because it's 5/12 spread out, and Doctor Doom 6/15 spread out, 3 more power. But and then you do have a little more agency with the Claw, but then it has a little bit of restrictions where some games that you say you have to play something right, and then your blink hits it, or sometimes you like have to play the Claw right, and you're done. But same thing happens with Doctor Doom, right? You can't play Doctor Doom with Professor X, for example, but Claw is like absolutely busted with Professor X. So there's kind of there's some give and take there, and I do think it's just a similar kind of card to Doctor Doom, like stat wise and everything, which is like a very good thing, right?
Yeah, and one thing I thought about too earlier was that I was thinking about this because Claw was pretty good with when Professor X was you know a tyrant in the meta a few months ago, and so they took 2 power off Professor X, and now it seems like they gave that power back to Claw, so you can
Yeah, if
still
you
do
need
the
it, yeah.
Prophet's combo. But Claw's just a better card, and Professor X is just worse. But still, hey, still good cards.
Yeah, he's fun
Yeah,
too. And it's it's pool 1, pool 2 card or whatever. So yeah, that's great.
yeah. All right, let's talk about probably the most impactful. Maybe I don't know if the most impactful. Obviously, not Leech is the most impactful one, but one of the most fun changes that I think they did. Ultron, they made the drones go from 1/1 to 1/2, so Ultron could put out a shit ton of power now. I played a little bit Ultron. I've been having fun. Marcus, what do you think, dude? What do you think about this change?
It's a lot of power. That's the first thing I think. But I am a fan of Ultron. I am a fan of Patriot. I was a big time Patriot fan. I used to play a Patriot with the old leader back in the day. I used to, instead of dropping Ultron, I would drop leader, and nobody would ever expect it. And it was a lot of fun. But I'm glad that he's more relevant now, and because I do love Ultron and Patriot, but it is a lot of power. It is absolutely a lot of power, and the leech change, right, obviously affects Ultron. It also affected it at 5, but I didn't see leech at 5, right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Like I know it existed, but it wasn't, nobody played it. It, like, now everybody's playing it. Maybe it's gonna die down again. It probably will, but but as far as Ultron, I love it. I love it, and I think it did need some love. So
yeah, no big deal. What you saying?
how
Oh, I would say I don't have too strong of an opinion on this one. I haven't played Ultron yet. I used to, this was my early pool 3 like juicer. I got one of the first cards I unlocked, so I played a lot of Ultron back in the day. That was like my main climbing deck when I first started playing Marvel Snap.
Yeah, me too.
It-
Me too. I loved it.
yeah, game gave me Patriot and Ultron early. I was like, all right, well, I guess that's what I'm doing. So I don't have any other cards. But yeah, it seems really strong. Seems really good. I like that you could do the Pixie Mobius stuff, right? And then you could play like an Onslaught and an Ultron in the same game, which is kind of nuts. But yeah, I mean, or you don't have to. You could do the Invisible Woman stuff. There's all kinds of ways to play it. It does the same thing like every game, and it does have some resilience at least to Leech because it's almost the whole deck is ongoing, like except for Ultron, right? So at least if they
100%.
leech you, you could probably still beat them on power potentially, right? At least you got depending if they blink it out for something sick or not, right? So yeah.
Yeah, so I played this card a little bit. I played some Patriot stuff, some server stuff, just some random. What I want to experiment more is just peppering Ultron in like random decks and just having like surprise Ultron because like if you have lanes that aren't filled up or locations like to get like the eight power there is pretty. It's not always great, but as a surprise, it's pretty cool. Um, I I don't think he's definitely not broken at all at this. He does have a lot more power and he's more relevant, but he's not broken. I've beaten a lot more Ultron than I've lost to Ultron playing this last week, for sure. So his power is a lot better, but definitely not broken. But I'm glad that they changed him because he was kind of shit before, and I love it. I think he's a cool card. I like seeing him in the meta again. I just like seeing the board fill up with his little drones. I think it's really cool. He's a cool card.
I just pulled up the
Six,
pay to win untapped. Top 10% infinite, 49.9% win rate. So you're right, kid. 11.2% popularity. So little bit slightly average positive cube 0.06. So but a 50% win rate card. So yeah, seems just like a fair like good card right now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and he's fun. He's fun. He's cool to see like the boss fly around. Like, and you honestly, what people are doing. They're playing the Patriot. Like, he's easy to see.
Yeah,
like,
there's
right.
a dazzler, and then everything's stacking up on one lane.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's like okay, yeah. And they're playing it here. You know where they're playing the Ultron too.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you
Yeah.
got a Cosmo or something, like it's easy.
I mean,
easy
I have Eliath in my Phoenix Force deck, so I've
Yeah.
ruined a couple Ultron's days.
mhm.
With that cards because exactly where they're playing it, so it's like
Yeah.
it's funny. But yeah, I mean, Leech has ruined my day more than a few times as well. So
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Those are the changes. I kind of like I like most of the changes.
New Mutant, do you have any final thoughts on the Ultron? You want to say something there?
Oh yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No. What is it? 624, right?
Yeah.
That's without Patriot. I mean, yeah, you know it's coming. So I mean, most people were going to retreat, right? If you're pretty good at the game, you're going to get out, right? But it's a lot of power, and I'm glad he's there. So that's all I have to say on that. So
yeah, I'm here for it. That's great.
absolutely, and I agree. All the changes, I do like all of them, most of them except Leech and late. I mean, some of them don't make sense, but most of the changes I do enjoy. So
yeah,
I didn't mean to cut you off. I apologize.
No, dude, no, you're good. You're good. Buddy. I usually like when they nerf cards. Like I'm usually at 4. Like it's like I think it's important because then the game just gets power crept. I really didn't understand the nerfs this week, to be honest. The Darkhawk and Lady Deathstrike, I didn't get it. But hey, whatever. It is what it is.
Maybe. Oh yeah, Mark. Loki's another card I would nerf as well. I didn't mention that one before, but yeah, that's another easy nerf.
Yeah, you hate Loki. I like him.
I don't hate him. I just think he's broken. I don't actually hate the card. I think it's a really cool card. Awesome effect. It's just overpowered. It just does too much, I think, for what it costs.
Yeah,
absolutely. Absolutely. I concur.
Yeah, it's a good card.
So, unfortunately, I have to go. Yeah. So,
it's all good,
I appreciate you guys, and I really had fun, and I love your podcast, and I love everything you guys are doing. You guys are great guys, and I'm at NewMutant Snap, so if anybody wants to come follow me and we could talk more about Cannonball or whatever, I'd love that, and I'll see you guys around, and appreciate you guys very much.
Hey, thanks.
And,
you're the man.
Go Jaguars.
Yeah, Jags.
go Jaguars. So,
hey,
absolutely.
Thanks so much, Marcus. So we appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you guys very much, and I can't wait to share this with everybody, and hopefully we see some positive things come out of it.
Hell yeah. Come back anytime, dude. You're more than welcome anytime, especially with the sunglasses, bro. You got a spot here anytime.
Always.
Rocking it.
Always.
Rocking
At night. Yeah.
Hell
awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Take it easy, bro.
Take it easy, buddy.
See ya. All right. Well, NewMutant Snap, Marcus, dude, he was a nice guy. I like him a lot. He's good.
He's great.
He's a high infinite player. He's a high level player, and his Twitter is a great follow because he's always posting really cool screenshots of him just destroying people with cannonball, and they're funny. Like I laugh a lot. They're really good. Like he's a really hard cannonball enjoyer. Happy to have him on. It's great. I love it.
Yeah, NewMutant's the man. He's great.
Yeah. He's a good guy. But yeah, so let's move on. Let's talk about some other stuff that came. Series drops. Here we go. Finally, series drops are coming. Do they say when they're coming? They said, the next patch. They're coming the next patch. But I think they said
it's like June 4th or something like that. It's like June 4th. Yeah.
So, I mean, it's about time. So there was one at the beginning of the year. One is going to be in June. Maybe we'll do another one near the end of the year. So maybe 3 per year that they'll end up doing, if I had to guess. Or maybe let's do 2 a year. Who knows? But let's talk about these. So from Series 5 to Series 4, so there's about 47 Series 5 cards. Actually, I was trying to exaggerate, but I might not be exaggerating. I don't know how many there are, but there's a lot. So Jean Grey is coming to Series 4. Living Tribunal is coming to Series 4. Hercules, Selene, Gladiator, Nebula, and Silk. Pretty good Series 4 drops. So these are all going to be 3K tokens. I love it. What do you think is worth picking up?
Well, I think just let me just say macro wise first of all. I did log into Twitter and find out about this, and I'm seeing some outrage. I don't know. I think this is a pretty good series drop. I don't know, like
outrage. Who's outraged? What the fuck?
Because it's only every 6 months, right? And I think people have a good point, right? So this stuff happens every 6 months. They put out 5 cards a month. The math is not quite adding up, right? We have 12 cards coming down, but they do it every 6 months. So 30 new cards are coming out. They're all Series 5 now, right? So I kind of get it, but I do like this series drop specifically. I think cards people should pick up probably in order: Nebula, Gladiator, Silk, Jean Grey, Tribunal, right?
Yeah, or Jean Grey Tribunal switched.
Yeah.
Or even Tribunal before Silk, if that's a kind of a deck you want to play.
For sure. Probably realistically Tribunal, because it's just an archetype defining card anyway. So and you don't need to build, especially now with Kitty Angela, you don't need to build that deck with Silk. So yeah, probably Tribunal third. So probably Nebula, Gladiator, Tribunal, maybe Jean Grey, then Silk. Honestly, Jean Grey's really good right now. I can vouch for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that's like meta dependent, right? But I guess now Jean Grey. I'd say like for me, like Nebula, Gladiator, easy 3K, like very, very good general cards you can throw in many decks.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's between probably Silk and Living Tribunal, and then Jean Grey is a close one behind them. She's better now, but historically, Silk you could throw in a lot of decks. Probably Tribunal, I would say it would be the third one for me, because archetype defining card, good deck, always good deck. I mean, just you gave us the spice last week, and it took me to infinite so fucking easily. It was one of the easiest infinite climbs I've had. I loved that Tribunal deck, and
So
Ant-Man
fun.
was hilarious. Even when the Quantum Tunnel was done, the stupid hot location was done.
Yeah,
I
played it after
great
too. Yeah, it was still really good.
Yeah, and I got in before I got to Infinite before the degenerate Super Scroll stuff started coming out. But still with after the patch and everything. So I can't believe I didn't run a Super Scroll and get a cube stolen from me. I got lucky that way. But yeah, Tribunal's like a great archetype, like just a good archetype. And then Jean Grey, now is good because of ongoing stuff. Hercules and Celine, both kind of shit. Celine's all right. She's bad. No, she's bad, but she's in some very specific decks she's okay. Hercules is just not great.
I think Hercules. I think Hercules and Celine are pretty clearly not worth 3K. Like, if I'm just it's like just wait till they come to Series 3. But both cards have a little bit of niche potential. I mean, Hercules is kind of fun and interesting. And Celine, in the certain like Galactus decks was pretty good, but we got Leech at 4 now, so you can't really play Galactus. That's another when you talk about that one, but you're holding the Galactus till the end, So good luck with playing turn 6 Galactus now. Like you want to send over minus 11 Hobgoblin, it doesn't even matter because you get leeched, right? So I mean Celine didn't really do much before Leech either. So I don't think either is worth 3K, either of these cards.
Yeah, no, definitely for sure Nebula and Gladiator, for sure.
Yeah.
3K, if resources are limited, those are the two you want to target first.
I agree.
All the other ones you can wait on. If you've been waiting on them for this long, then you're not going to miss them too much, honestly. But Nebula and Gladiator are pretty good staples. I would say Nebula number 1 for sure, because you can always throw her in a lot of different decks. She's always going to be good. Gladiator, if you want to wait, you could probably wait on him. He's a very good card. Maybe Sage will end up being a little bit better. I don't know. Personally, I don't know. I don't think so. I think Gladiator because you can play him on 3s, good 3/8 right away. He's just a good card, man. And if he gets leached, you're happy. Like he's just a 3/8.
Yeah, next level.
Yeah. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm happy they're dropping these though, so that's good. And then Series 4 to Series 3. Yeah, these are all cards that just needed to be free. Let's be honest. It's Martyr, Silver Samurai, Howard the Duck, Mirage, and Echo. These 5 cards are coming to Series 3. If I had to say which, I don't even know which one would be the best. Probably Silver Samurai if I had to say which one was the best, but
maybe Mirage even.
Maybe even Mirage. Yeah, I don't know. Mirage if you play Loki. Like they're all kind of like cards that you don't really use too much and they're very niche. So it's nice that they're going to be free and then to pick them up. Like, Echo is probably pretty good right now. I've seen some people play Echo because of a lot of ongoing stuff. So Echo is stealing cubes right now. And Echo is still one of those cards where people just forget that the card exists. And so even if you play the card, they still play ongoing stuff into the lane. So it's kind of great.
Well, sometimes too, I mean, the lanes are just restricted, right? I mean, it happens almost every game where there's just at least one lane you don't want to play, right? So if you could limit their ongoings on another lane and they're playing like an ongoing deck, it's just really hard for them to play the game.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts on these ones? For me, what do you rank these ones? Just rank them real quick if you have to just go off the top of your head.
Mirage, Samurai, Echo, Howard, Martyr.
Yeah, that's probably what I would do. I might even put Martyr ahead of Howard, to be honest, just because 1/5 is actually pretty good in some of these cases. Yeah, Samurai and Mirage I might switch.
I played
If it
a
was me,
Howard
but
deck in round 1 of Snap Judge League, and I had a pretty good time on that deck. So
oh,
I've
nice.
been playing a little bit of Howard, so I can't put him below Martyr personally.
Oh, it's great. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, ongoing Spectrum, it's ongoing, and Bleach,
Yeah.
yeah,
How
Howard don't care
he's
about that.
decent. He's decent. He's decent.
Yeah,
I mean, he's fun. He's not like good,
yeah. I
but
don't know if
he's
he's
fun.
decent, but yeah, he's.
Yeah. I won't.
I just think he's better than Martyr.
Yeah.
I'm not saying a lot.
So yeah. So I mean, this is good. This is exciting. Series drops are coming next patch. So I'm happy about that.
Yeah, I think big takeaways for me, like you said, Nebula Gladiator's awesome. These are actually good cards that I'm low key surprised they dropped, and it is cool that they drop Hercules specifically because he just came out. So at least they're like willing to say, hey, if there's this card that like nobody's picking up, nobody's buying it anyway, like who knows? Maybe Grandmaster will be in the next one, right? Like stuff like that. Oh no, a lot of people picked up Grandmaster, but if there's ever a card that like everybody like universally skips, like Nomura's probably going to be in the next series drop.
That card I don't get it. I still don't get it. I still think
she's
it's
going to be
be
series
garbage.
4 by the end of the year.
She should be a series 4 now.
Yeah.
But yeah, she should be anyway. Actually, we'll see. Whatever. Fuck. No, she should be. I'll eat my words later. I don't give a shit. She should be. I think she's going to be terrible. But yeah, I'm happy they're doing this. This is good. So the people that were waiting on these like Martyr, Silver Samurai, they're going to be free in the collection track, right? Like you're just opening caches like you regularly do. You're going to get these cards for free. Like you get one free card a month too, so you can pick them up. I think it's awesome when they do this kind of stuff.
Yeah, and now at least we know too, that because this was since they've changed everything, that roughly every 6 months we're gonna have series drops. Hopefully, most likely, if they change the monetization structure again, then they change it again. But the one we're currently in, we're getting a little bit of a pattern now. We kind of predicted it was going to be about 6 months, and it is, so that's good. And they're gonna drop the stuff that are not played that much, for the most part. So yeah. Which is like the shit cards are going down, and that so Jeff's gonna be a big bad forever, and looks like that meme's gonna stay alive.
It's not even a meme at this point. It's just
it's
truth.
not a meme. It's the big bad Jeff.
It's just truth.
Yeah.
So that's good. Yeah. Sweet. I love it. Anything else to say about series drops?
No.
Yeah, that's good enough. Let's talk about. You want to talk about leagues and then talk about alliances?
Yeah.
Because we haven't talked about that. I mean, that's kind of older news, I guess, but leagues are actually live in they're live in Europe right now. They're testing leagues, and so there's people that are actually playing them. So what it is basically they're just like an event that is automatically created. You don't have to join. It's just like Second Hitter automatically says, hey, the league's opening up, and you get thrown in with a bunch of random people. It looks like groups of 30 right now. They're still testing it, so all this could change. So just get thrown in with 30 random people that are right around your collection level, like your skill, and then you have to play games. And if you win a game, you get like 100 points. And if you for every cube you win, I think you gain 25 points. And like we can get into that. And if you like lose cube, then you lose like 25 points. So and then whoever has the most points by the end, which right now they're lasting 48 hours. They get rewards, and the rewards are here on screen. First place gets 1,000 credits, 310 random boosters, a premium mystery variant, and a spotlight key. Then it goes down from there: 1,000 credits, 600 credits, 400 with premium spotlight, premium mystery variants, and mystery variants as well. So it's just like play, and you can gain your rank a little bit. So on this surface level, no big deal. What do you think so far? Then we'll get into some of the controversies that are being spewed.
I don't even really know too much of the controversies. So I'm excited to hear what you got to say about them in general. I'll probably be hearing it for the first time, but I think in general it's one of those things where if it were in the game, it'd be kind of a cool thing. I would play. I think I would definitely engage with this for sure. Sorry, so you play how long do they go? Like
48 hours.
Oh, it's 48 hours.
And I think like you're automatically placing it, and as you just play the game, you're just going to get points regardless. Like,
okay.
I don't think you have to engage with it other than what we'll talk about in a second. But I think it's just like when you grind up ladder, it's ladder. Then you automatically get.
Oh, so you're just playing ladder like you normally would, but now you're just in the league. Okay.
Yeah.
So do you still gain ladder rank when you win a game?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's actually kind of interesting. Okay, so I was gonna ask, before I could really have a real opinion on it, like, are wins worth more than losses? But you said it's based on your collection level and you're playing people similar. So that makes sense. If you're at the top of the ladder, then kind of no, right? And, vice
Yeah.
versa.
Well, in your league, you're going to have 30 people that are within like your, collection level. Now,
Yeah.
what we found is that some people are like, if it starts at the beginning of the year, of the season, right?
Mhm.
Some people are in infinite, some people are not, and you're on the same collection level. So you can abuse bots and farm league points as well,
Mhm.
right? Like that's one
Yeah.
of the problems. I don't know, problems. One of the things people are running into. That's not one of the controversies, but
Hopefully
yeah,
they would fix that on release anyway. If you're not in Infinite, it should be against only people that aren't in Infinite, obviously, right? So maybe that's
yeah,
just an oversight that they didn't think of.
yeah. And then
I
so for
Yeah.
now, like we'll like the point structure right now is you get 100 points for every win, and every cube you steal from your opponent is worth 25 extra points. So an 8 cube win gives you 300 points, basically,
Mhm.
right? Oh yeah, 1 cube win is worth 125 points. 8 cube is 300 points. For games you retreat or get defeated, you lose 25 points per cube and nothing else. So you don't lose 100 points for losing or retreating. You just
Oh,
25 points, just lose 25 points for every cube that you lose, basically.
that's actually very interesting. That's not Marvel Snap at all, as it is currently constructed. So that's a completely different game. That's not Marvel Snap. So that's like really interesting. I would favor more like Professor X shit in a mode like this, right? If I'm trying to win, because the cubes kind of don't matter. We're at a right now the cubes, like 8 cubes is worth eight 1 cube wins, right?
Yep.
But this is not that at all. One win is already 100 cubes, basically worth 4 cubes right off the
Yep.
bat. And so I would play decks that I don't give a shit if they retreat after on turn 5, turn
Just
6.
scam.
I might be boomer snapping too, which I normally wouldn't do that, but because I don't want to just win only 1 cube. In my games, I like to win at least 2 per win. But in this mode, I'll just just get them out of here. Fuck it, give me my 100 points. Like, what are we doing? So I mean, it's kind of interesting. Boomer snap, by the way, people that's like a snap on turn 5, basically, right?
Or 6.
Oh, is it 6 too? Yeah, I guess 6. Yeah, 5 or 6 for me. Yeah, 5, I guess. But
6 is the quintessential boomer snap where
it's
you're on
straight
turn
up. Yeah,
6
so
and someone
honestly,
snaps and you're like, all right.
I think it's probably worth it. It's probably worth it
Yeah,
to do
because
this.
you get 100 points. Yeah.
I think
So
I would play a completely different deck based on that alone. So that's kind of interesting too. So I'm happy you laid it out. I want to say just in general, I think if you want my honest to God, raw truth thoughts on this, is that we have Ben Brode at the helm. Okay, he's the Ben Brode. Okay, he comes from Hearthstone. Anything that comes out that's not Arena is just disappointing to me. I'm just gonna be honest. Okay, this is just not fucking Arena. It's not even close to Arena. It's a cute little thing. I get little rewards or whatever. It's cute, but it's not Arena. I would love a draft mode. I love making just random stupid decks with random generated cards and going up against people doing the same thing. I thought Arena was a beautiful thing in Hearthstone, and something like that in the game would get my juices flowing very strongly. And this is not that. This has got me, just slightly flowing juices. I'm bubbling a bit, but I'm not flowing all the way.
yeah, personally for me, when these came out, I'm like, there's something that's cool, but not something that I really give too much of a shit about. It'll be
Yeah.
like, I'll play normally, I'll play what I want, and then if I win stuff, I win stuff. Great. If I get 15 boosters, great. If I get, if I come 30th in my league, I don't really care. I'll just play what I want to play, and I'm not going to grind too much. I don't think. Now, people have been saying like that in the leagues come out. It's like, they're like, it's made me play the game a little bit more because like they want to, go up in the league and stuff. So it is making them play a little bit more. I will say, not to burst your bubble here or anything like that, or make you depressed, but the team did say officially they're not working on a draft mode anytime soon. It's not one of the new game modes coming up. It's a mode that loses money, doesn't gain money ever, and it puts a lot of resources in the system for them to lose money. So they're not going to release a draft mode anytime soon. They are working on, I think they said 1 or 2 game modes now, at least one soon, maybe another one. But it's not going to be draft. They confirmed it, the team.
That's shocking to me because, if you had, like, I would pay to enter. I would pay money to enter a draft. Straight up.
That's you. That's you. I mean,
Yeah.
The majority of people will not do that.
Apparently,
I don't know.
make it like $3 or something,
Yeah, bro. I don't know. I don't like. I don't know anything about monetization about these games and stuff. Like they obviously.
I just don't like when they make these blanket statements. Like they're not talking about, maybe you charge 500 gold to enter the draft. Now now you're losing money. Like the fuck out of here. You're not losing money on that.
Well, I mean the resources it takes to like develop the draft and everything like that. Like historically, and then if it draws people away from like the other stuff where they want to spend more money, then it probably, I don't know. Dude, they know what they're talking about. If it was going to make them a lot of money, they would fucking make the draft mode. Let's be real.
Yeah. No, I could see that. They're saying it's not going to make us a lot of money, but I don't think it would lose money. But obviously, I don't know. But they also said that Adam Warlock's better out of 5-4. So I'm just saying, like, I'm not going to take their word for everything.
I love it.
Well, the card has power, so it's got to be better. Okay. All right, guys. How's that? How many people are playing 5-4 Adam Warlock in their deck? It's crushing on the ladder. It's not even an honor reveal, so he doesn't even get leached. People should be playing that.
He's 5-5, bro, for the Cerebral 5, remember?
Yeah, now he's a 5-5. I'm saying when he was 5-4, they said it was better than 2-0. It's fucking crazy to me.
Yeah. All right. So now the part where I think you might rant about this a little bit. I'm pretty excited to tell you about this. The part about leagues that is drawing up a little controversy. I'll just scroll to this slide here. So you can pay for.
Oh man, I don't love this.
So you can pay 200 gold to get 30 minutes of double your points. So whatever points you would have won, you get double. You can also pay 150 gold to get a 30-minute point shield where you don't lose any points for 30 minutes. These are unlimited amount you could spend. Now, I personally, when these first came out, I thought, oh, it's kind of cool. Like if you could just buy it once, it's kind of I think that's like, okay, now that it's like you can buy it unlimited times, this made me lose a lot more interest in leagues. I'm like, I'm not going to fucking pay 2,000 gold to get a spotlight key. I'll just get a bundle instead. Why the hell am I doing this shit? I'll just play the leagues normally. If I get rewards, I get rewards. Nice. I'll be happy. But this makes me a lot less excited to play them because it's like, okay, maybe if I got thrown in a league of 30 people, I would get a little annoyed. I'd be like, all right, I want to kind of like, grind up a little bit. It might make me a little more excited. But like then it's just like people just paying like ridiculous amounts of gold to like get up. Then it's like, all right, why am I wasting my time? We'll play normally and I'll be happy. Which I'll be happy because the game's fun. I'm having fun playing this game. But yeah, this is pay to advance more. Not necessarily pay to win because it's not helping you win your matches. You still have to actually win your matches.
It's pay to win.
But it's pay to get better rewards. Let's be real about that.
I mean, you can't lose. You literally can't lose. So it's like if you can't lose, then it's pay to win, right? Because you pay 150. Don't lose points when you lose a game. Yeah, that's literally saying you can't lose. That's what I read. 30 minutes, you cannot lose.
All right. What do you got to say about this?
I mean, it's a 100% deal breaker. So I'm actually more disappointed than angry on this because I literally will never play League if this comes out like this. I will play 0 League games because it is 1,000% pay to win. So unless I have 4,000 gold saved up, I want to try to get first place one time. And so I'm like, all right, we're going to spend 4,000 gold on a spotlight key. And I still might not even get first, right? Because you might be against a bunch of whales too, right? Like there might be 5 whales in your pool, and it's probably mostly going to be only whales in this mode anyway, if this comes in it. So yeah, I mean, this is a total deal breaker. Hopefully, I guess I would just say try to stay a little bit optimistic, as this is clearly like a alpha test, Europe only test run. And so I imagine they're going to take feedback from people, hopefully, and hopefully everybody says the same thing that we're saying right now, which is, I mean, this is absolute total horseshit and completely invalidates the league completely, because anybody who's not paying for these cannot beat people who are paying for these. One of them literally says you can't lose, and then the other one says that your wins are worth twice as much, which is absurd. So I have to win half as many games, to achieve the same goal. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's like if I go into like a basketball series, best of 7, and it's like, all right, all my wins count as 2 and I can't lose. But I still got to beat them, right? I still got to beat them in basketball, but I can't go down at any point. And if I do happen to win, I get 2. It's fucking ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense. So
yeah,
this is a whoever came up with this is a moron. And yeah, I really hope they don't release it like this.
Yeah, so that's why, like, if it was like once and you could pay for it once, that'd be kind of cool, because then you have to be strategic about when you use it and stuff. If you're going
I'd
to
be
use
fine
it,
with that. Just one boost each, 200 and 150, just like this.
yeah,
So worst case, you spend 350 gold during the league. Maybe right at the end, you save it to the end. Okay, we're doing the sprint at the end. Boom, and you lock it in, right?
yeah. Or like a stupid hot location comes up and like, oh, you have this like you crafted this very good deck that like destroys the meta, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna double the points because I'm gonna wreck this right now.
Yeah,
that's kind of cool. The way it is now, no. And just to be clear again, you're talking like you're not gonna play league games. Like you automatically get put in a league. It's auto. You get auto put in. Like it's just like you don't have a choice. You get thrown in a league, and then your ladder games just count towards your points for 48 hours. You could choose not to click on it and look at your progress or anything, but it's not like a mode you have to join. You just auto get put in with 30 people around your level. And so
actually kind of like that even less then, because now I gotta freaking look at whales as they're beating my ass. I'm gonna see at the corner of my eye. I'm gonna win like 3 games, and I'm gonna look over and I'm gonna be in like 24th place. I'm like, well, shit.
Yeah, and then so I guess so some of the feedback from people playing Europe that I've seen online and stuff is like, there are leagues where people are just absolute whales and just whaling out, and but there are a decent amount that people have said online where there's a lot of people that just aren't whales, that just don't care, and there are some like pretty nice competitive ones. So I guess it's just random, right? It's just, do you get thrown in with a whale or not, and that's it.
I think your idea of making a one-time thing, it would be completely change the entire league. Like it would make it from a pretty interesting, cool thing to engage with. That's, it's nice, something extra in the game, add a little spice, to what is this absolute dog shit? Why are they killing Marvel Snap? Like it's going to be a dead game pretty soon. Like it's actually like it's on that extreme on both sides. Like if they release it like this, I mean, I think a lot of people might genuinely quit.
But if they release it like this, nothing will change with your play experience. I don't know why you think everything's like, you could just ignore it and you're playing the game and like nothing happens.
Well, it depends how visual it is. Like if it shows up on your screen, it's gonna fucking piss people off a lot. And I think it will because true. Your daily missions kind of show up on your interface, right?
Yeah.
Like you see your daily missions, you see your purple ones, right, where you're doing the event, the season pass stuff, and so I think it'll pop up on there. I can't imagine it not being on the side somewhere. And I'm telling you, man, it's gonna piss people. It's gonna piss me off too. Like I'll be one of those people. I probably won't quit the game over it, but I think some people might, because they're just gonna constantly get told that they got 26th place in their league because they didn't whale out. And yeah, man, this is horseshit.
Yeah, that's true. If it's like that, it'd be kind of a piss off. I mean, I won't. Honestly, I won't care because I don't give a shit. But to me, actually, I don't know. I guess people would know that it's out. I don't know what it's like. To me, I thought it would be kind of like a conquest. Like you got to click on a different tab to get to it.
I hope so.
But it might not be like that at all.
Yeah, they really should do it like that. Somewhere separate that you need to click. Because then you're checking. Then it's on you. If you're clicking it, then now it's on you. All right. Now I don't feel bad for you. But if it's just right in your face, like you got to watch all the whales take all your spotlight keys, right? It's like that just sounds like a shittier game experience than what we currently have.
Yeah, and then I think people were coming up with like strats. Like I think Torkin came up with like probably the best strat that I've heard was before you hit infinite, just do the 30-minute point shield and just keep retreating until you get bots and just farm 8 cubes from bots. Because you can't lose, right? You can't lose points, and you just like whatever, you drop your rank and who cares? You'll just get the infinite later if you want. And then you just farm 8 cubes from bots constantly and just get 300 points at a time.
Yeah, or 16 cubes with the other. You do both perks.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see how they actually release, but these being unlimited buys are the most disappointing thing about it, honestly, because it's like I don't care if people spend money. It just like it just makes the mode less fun overall. Mm-hmm. Like if people want to spend $2,000 a month on this game, I'm all for it. I'm happy for them. Mm-hmm. But when you have modes where people can spend a lot of money and just do a lot better than everyone else, it just makes it less fun.
Yeah, I think it's really stupid.
Not that I'm like, oh, you need competitive integrity, but like, you have a league, like it's just like
it's a league. Yeah, no, you're right. It's literally a league. There's ranks, like but they're if you get first place, like what does it mean? It means you spent the most money. Like that's dog shit. That's absolute dog shit.
Yeah,
That's
it's
not
not
a
like
league. That's like that's a bank measuring contest.
yeah,
It's a different thing.
yeah, yeah.
I will
So
say too, I don't like that losses aren't minus 100. I think that's really bad too. I think they should keep the exact same stakes system that they currently have in Marvel Snap. I think it's great the way it is, and making it so that when you lose, you only, what was it? You only lose 25 points or something when you
per
lose,
cube.
or per cube. Yeah. So if you retreat for one, you only lose 25. But if you
Yeah,
win for one, you win 100.
and 25.
I really think that's like very bad as well, and because that just means that this is a 48-hour thing. You get somebody sweaty who wants to play 300 games, then you're never going to beat that person. And you could win 70% of your games, they win 52% of their games, and they fucking crush you because their wins are worth 125 when they win and 25 when you retreat. So that just only rewards a volume of games played. And I think that's a horrible thing for leagues too. Yu-Gi-Oh did something similar, and it's awful in Yu-Gi-Oh. Everybody hates it. So this is the same shit. Yu-Gi-Oh does it for 72 hours. It's even worse.
Oh,
So
for me, I expect that, and I'm like, there's just gonna be sweaty people that just like, it's like the ladder too. Like if you want to be top of the ladder, you have to be sweaty. You have to be good. Obviously, you have to be very good.
yeah, but you could lose though. You could lose your rank at the top. Like you
Yeah,
do
that's
have
true.
to be good. You
Yeah.
don't have to. This is straight vol. You don't even have to be good at all. You can win 30% of your games as long as you play enough. It's not going to matter.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Actually, yeah. And when you're at the top of the ladder, you actually lose more when you lose than
You lose more,
than
yeah.
you win.
There's the stakes are real up there. This
Yeah.
is kind of inflated horseshit. Like it's pay to win stakes with these perks, and it's I played for 15 hours and you didn't, so get fucked. And I both of them. But really, I really kind of hate this league thing. It sucks. Man. I guess I'm with Twitter on this one. I'm gonna side with Twitter on this one, kid.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. I wouldn't mind the grindy, sweaty shit too much personally. That doesn't bother me. But like the pay to win stuff, again, like as a person who spends money on this game, I don't care if people spend money, but if you're gonna be in a league, like you shouldn't be able to unlimitedly spend and then just win because of that. I think that's stupid. And it's just like that makes me be like, all right, I don't give a fuck about leagues. I'm just gonna play the game normally and ignore everything now. And if I win 30 boosters by the end, great. If I don't care.
Yeah. No, I that's a reasonable take. I personally think if you're gonna have a league, it'd be nice if people had actually a reasonable chance to win. They didn't have to like not sleep for 2 days or spend $100.
Yeah.
So like if those are the conditions, you either don't sleep or you spend $100 and that's how you win your league, then I mean this is a total waste of time for everybody. And they say they want to put resources towards making fucking draft mode. Well, what are you guys doing? You're putting resources towards this shit. I mean, this is the waste of everybody's time. You're wasting everybody's time with this shit. I don't love it based on what we're seeing on this screen. So hopefully they improve it anyway, because I think it has some potential for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, motherfucker's gonna be snorting Adderall for spotlight keys, baby. That's just gonna be
that's what they did for Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm telling you, dude. 72 hours, they sleep like 4. You take like an hour nap every like 24, and you just have to run games. And this is like to qualify for the World Championships, and like there's like a big money, actual real life money tournament. So
oh wow,
man, dudes are like really really bad for your health. Like I don't think they'll do it for like a spotlight key, which is what you get for this league, but. I'm just saying.
I hope
could.
not.
You could do that. It's on the table.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
You get some like 14-year-old kid in summer vacation, like doesn't have a part-time job or something. You're not touching that kid. He's winning the league.
That's it. He can have the key. He earned it.
Give him the key
by losing 5 years of his life. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about alliances or like clans. Now I'm gonna pull this. We just have a couple images. This is from Snap Judgments, episode 75, on their YouTube channel. They had this is a slide from their show. This is kind of all we know so far about it. Is that there's not a whole lot of information, just a couple leaked things. We know one that it's going to be 100 gold to create them, which fine because they don't want people just spamming 4,000 of these.
Oh yeah, no, that's totally fine. Yeah,
100 gold is nothing, so that's good.
It should be 100 gold to make one.
yeah. There's going to be 25 people maximum per clan or alliance that we know of so far in the league. I mean, that could obviously, all this could be subject to change. And then if we go by what we're looking on the screen here, you'll be able to set a minimum collection level for people that you want to be in the alliance, minimum highest rank achieved. So if you want to get really sweaty and only have infinite people in your alliance, you can do that. And if you want to have like a collection level, like this one says minimum 10,000. If you want to get really sweaty, you can get really sweaty. I'm sure like the Lambie and KM Best of the world will probably have sweaty alliances like that, which is fine if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, I mean, those probably be people they know anyway. They probably know enough people. Yeah.
Yeah, it's only 25 per thing, so it's gonna get shit's gonna get tight out there. Privacy, you can make it open, invite only, or just like closed. Looks like there's language. Add search labels. Maybe that's for people to find your alliance. I don't know. Then it looks like you can select logos, which looks pretty cool. You can select the theme. This one here looks like a nice retro synthwave. It looks like
Super Snap Bros right there.
Look at it. It looks like it matches the merch.
Exclusive.
So I think that's going to be our theme immediately. Tag name, and then minimum collection level, minimum highest rank achieved, like we saw up there. So looks pretty cool. So we're gonna have the how can she snap filthy casual alliance.
Filthy casuals.
if we get we're gonna have like no minimums on any of these. I don't really care. And if people want to join, just great. Just probably be active. What do you think?
Yeah, I actually like this a lot. So this is pretty cool. I mean, we don't know what they're gonna do with these, right? So that's the thing. I mean, like, I wonder if they'll do like clan wars or something like that, right? Where you
That'd
compete.
be cool.
Yeah, or I don't know, maybe like everybody's got to win. Like, are they going to do everybody's got to win with a Wong deck? Like, or as a clan, you have to get 500 Wong wins or something like that. And if you do, everybody gets a variant or some shit. I don't know. Like, it'd be cool if they did shit like this. I mean, if we're just like in a clan, it's whatever. I mean, we kind of have like Discord and stuff already, ways of like communicating with people. I mean, I guess you could do it in game too, but not too many people are looking for friendly battles because you don't get any rewards off of that. So especially with this new league thing coming now, you're gonna want to be playing your league matches. So
and I think that there's gonna be like in-game chat too, which is pretty cool because there's a language filter, right? So it'd be kind of cool to just hang out with the people in your alliance and develop a plan and stuff like that. Like if they have like alliance like based challenges, like you said, that'd be so cool. Like get your Deadpool to like 2 million power by the end of the week or something, as a clan, like sick. Group, something, all of you consecutively have to do that kind of stuff. That would be kind of cool. Just have little challenges like that. And, it'll be cool to like on the, not through Second Dinner and Marvel Snap, like through Discords, like Snap Judgments League, that kind of stuff. Cause that's an unreal, Gunny T is running these great tournaments. We can have alliance battles. Like I'm sure that's going to be a thing. Like, it'll be us versus, the filthy casuals versus like, Joe Snap Decisions or like the Heralds of Galactus kind of thing, we can have like battles and stuff like that. That'd be kind of cool. I think that's going to open up a really cool part of the game, and it'll be fun to have like a group of like 25 people that like just hang out and do these little challenges. I think it's a really cool feature. I'm pretty excited for this.
Yeah, no, I like it a lot. I mean, this looks like a lot better feature than the last one we just looked at. So it's nice. It looks better when you look at the abomination league I just looked at. So.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel bad for people that like are big content creators, like because this only has 25 people maximum. So like,
bring them into the filthy casuals. Bring them in.
Yeah, I mean, if we get 25, that'd be great. If you guys want to join the filthy casuals, I mean, I think our only criteria would be just to be active. Like, I don't want people like sitting for a week and not playing for like a week.
True.
You know, that'd be the only thing. Like, I don't really care about the rank achieved or collection level, whatever. It's here to have fun. That's it.
Yeah, and if they listen to the pod, they probably play the game a bit, right? If they're like a pod listener, right?
So, I would imagine, yeah. So we'll see when this comes out. I think this will be fun. I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see what they're going to do with it. I think it's going to be really cool. Cool part to add like a little social part in the game, and we can just fuck around with people and have a good time.
Should we be the filthy casuals, or should we be how can she snappers?
I don't know. We'll figure it out. But yeah, who knows?
There's a lot of unknown with this, so it's hard to have a real opinion on it. But I mean, it looks cool anyway.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be awesome. I think it's gonna be fun. It's not like a pay to win like bullshit thing. I think they're gonna do really fun stuff with it. So it'll be cool, and it'll be cool if there's like ways we can like battle other clans and stuff too, or even if not through Second Dinner, there's gonna be ways through like Discord servers and stuff like that. So yeah, I think that'll be pretty good. But yeah, I don't know. That's we're here on a Tuesday, so there's not like much going on. We kind of went over everything. Do you want to go over anything else? No, we did anything else you want to talk about?
No, I think even isn't it like a skip week on the OTAs too? Like I don't even because we just had patch OTAs, so it might be nothing this week, right?
Oh yeah, that's true. There might be nothing.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I mean, I complain about Leech a lot. It's just I guess just to reiterate is we're playing all these combo decks to beat the Loki decks. Now I can't play combo decks because the Leech exists. And so the Loki decks could do whatever they want. So it's like, do I play Mobius? Do I play Loki? Like, do I, just do an ongoing? Like, I don't know, man. It's not what it used to be. But there's still a lot of fun decks. I think Blink on her own, like all Leech stuff aside, Blink is a sick card. I love this Blink card.
Yeah,
I think she's super fun, super good, like well designed card. I'm excited to fuck around with Sage a little bit, honestly. I rolled for it, like I said, because I'm going to be skipping Nomura and Nocturne both. So I got a little bit extra keys. So I roll, got to get those Tribunal and Legion variants. So I'm happy to dick around a little bit of negative Sage stuff. See how it goes, and yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, no, it's good. Yeah, Leech has really sucked a lot of the fun out of the game. Just like you said, like because you could just play anything before and not really be too worried about it. Now it's like you get Leech, you're like, fuck, come on now. It's like kind of dumb, but it's still like I'm not saying it's not unfun to play. It's still a lot. I think it's still a lot of fun to play. Like don't get me wrong. Like we're talking shit here, but like I'm still having a blast in this meta. There is, I'd say there is more Loki than there was because Loki is a lot better now. But just you could play Mobius, I guess, in your ongoing list. We'll see what the Sage card brings. I think it'll be okay. Like if I was watching Odera play for a little bit before this podcast without me even playing the card, it looks like it's probably a Gladiator-ish card that can be worse or better. I feel like Gladiator is probably more consistent.
Yeah.
But this card, the high roll is a lot better, but this card gets cucked by Sage. So yeah, I think it'll be all right. And kind of like Marcus said earlier, it's like not a must get by any means, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, it is nice when at least you have these cards that people actually because a lot of time I bring up these decks and they're like super pay to win decks with all all the expensive cards jammed in there, and people do ask them to YouTube like I don't have Cannonball, I don't have this, it's like at least with a card like Sage, like it's like, oh, can I replace this? Like yeah, you can. And luckily, actually, Gladiator just did a series drop too. So I mean, there's your replacement right there.
Yeah.
So okay, go get Gladiator for 3K and swap it out with Sage or play Baron Zemo. Just play Baron Zemo. Like he's usually a 3/7 when you play him.
Yeah, if you got him.
Yeah. If you bought the season pass last week.
And like you said before, like Blink is a sick card. Like Blink is a fun card. Like I think it's a good season pass card to get. Like it's a fun card.
Awesome.
It's a good card, and that's like they crushed the last two season passes. Like Baron Zemo was a pretty good card and fun. Blink is, I think, probably a better card than Baron Zemo.
Yeah.
And a ton of fun as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we've just scratched the surface of like what she's going to bring to the table here with these kind of decks. But yeah, anything else to say to the people? Close this out. No big deal.
Hey, thanks to NewMutant Snap. He's a good Twitter follow, like the kid was saying. Great to talk to him. Sorry I had to scoot out a little early. We've all had a bunch of schedule issues this week, so we did our best. So thanks for sticking with us, everybody. I see a lot of loyal listeners coming back in the YouTube comments every week now. I'm recognizing people and stuff. So shout out to you guys. I'm talking like Fingon, Jason Kelly, all you guys. Sorry if I missed anyone. Oh, Zuruf came back. Shout out to him. He came back too. And good to see people in the YouTube comments and stuff. Me and TheKiD will be in there mixing it up, seeing what people are saying. So I love the interaction there. I'm not too much of a Twitter guy, but I'm definitely a YouTube comment type of guy for sure. So I'll be in there for sure. And thanks everybody for listening and returning to the pod. It's really, really cool to see.
Yeah, it is really cool to see. We love interacting with everyone. It actually is a lot of fun. Like, it is fun to interact with people in the comments and stuff like that. And just to tell, no big deal. You can change your YouTube name, by the way. You don't have to have all the numbers at the end of your name. You're allowed to change it.
I went into the account. I tried for about 5 minutes and couldn't figure it out. Yeah, maybe I'll try again today.
I'll show you after this. So you have to be no big deal 573522575 whatever the fuck you are. I can't even at you because I don't even know your name. I'm like, this is bullshit. I'm like, fuck this guy. I don't care. But yeah, shout out to all the people that return as well too. Yeah, Jason Kelly, bro, you're fucking great. Even on Twitter, we always interact. You're a good guy.
Yeah.
I love it, man. It's awesome. It's a great time. Keep on snapping out there. And peace.